Indian Springfield Dark Horse, 2019 on review. Fantastic V-twin engine. As a machine, ridden in the right environment, the new Indian Springfield Dark Horse is quite a thing. A 1.8-liter, mono-perched, naked cruiser, which full of fuel weighs the same as two Yamaha MT-07s, might not everyone's idea of biking nirvana, especially with such an eye-watering price tag, though. The Springfield, named after the birthplace of Indian motorcycles in 1901, gets a light update for 2019, including selectable throttle maps, Tour, Standard and Sport, and the rear cylinder that cuts a tickover in the heat, when ambient temperature exceeds 15 degrees, to stop it roasting you in traffic. While the standard Springfield is caked in chrome, has a pillion seat, screen, and a 16 inches front wheel, this Dark Horse version has a blacked-out engine, exhaust and cycle parts, a smaller front fender and a snazzy diamond-cut 19 inches front wheel, but there's no wind protection or room for a pillion. Ride quality and brakes. Despite a massive 237-mile tank range, we got a 52 miles per gallon average during our test, and having enough room in its hard panniers to pack a weekend's worth of clobber, the Springfield Dark Horse isn't the world's best long-distance cruiser. Ride quality is first class and the Springfield's plushness is ably highlighted on concrete motorways, of all places. While traffic alongside noisily daggers over joints and groves in the surface, the Springfield floats serenely along. Engine. Offering varying levels of throttle response, there isn't a whole lot of difference between the three power maps. But that's no bad thing, just select Tour and leave it there to enjoy Indian's wonderful beast of a Thunderstroke 111 motor. It offers the perfect mix of throbbing character, smoothness, speed, and the kind of lolloping grunt that sees the 1811 cubic centimeters motor spinning at just 2,700 RPM at 70 miles per hour. Reliability and build quality. On the flip side, Indians have proved to be bulletproof since their revival under Polaris ownership, and you get a generous 5-year warranty. Value versus rivals. A quick poke around quickly reveals a smattering of cost cutting. Fog lights are held on by cheap metal plates and fixings, exhaust bolts rust at the first sight of British weather, and the paint is too thin around the petrol cap. For this kind of dollar, and it's not cheap with a PCP deal either, the Indian needs to have Ducati levels of build quality at the very least, and it hasn't. Equipment. Despite the price, the Indian isn't exactly dripping with bells and whistles. Sure, it's nicely finished, refreshingly minimalist, and it comes with keyless ignition, central locking, a dummy fuel cap, as well as those riding modes and cruise control, but there are no heated grips, LEDs, and the digital section of the analog clock is decidedly dated. There's even a blanked-off button on the console that reminds you of an old L model Ford, reminding you of what gizmo you could have had if you'd paid more attention at school. Indian's new FTR 1200S is far better equipped and costs 10 grand less. Black replaces chrome for the Dark Horse version of the Springfield. Diamond-cut 19 inches wheels replace the standard model's 16 inches and are fitted with tire pressure monitors. Dunlop American Elite tires are poor in the wet.